There are so many voices on the planet that shouts to be heard. This life matters and that life matters. I think for Jesus, all lives matter. I think for God, all lives matter. You matter. Doesn't matter whether you are black or white, male or female, child or adult, rich or poor. Your life matters to God. And He has made a way for you to be reconciled to Him. Here in Ephesians 2 verse 15a in the Passion Translation, Paul writes, "Ethnic hatred has been dissolved by the crucifixion of His precious body on the cross. The legal code that stood condemning every one of us has now been repealed by His command." There's a lot of ethnic hatred currently in this world. And the key for resolving that ethnic hatred lies in the sacrifice that Jesus made on the cross, by the crucifixion of His precious body on the cross. Jesus died to make us one with God. The heart of God is that of a father. God is a father, and He wants a family. He wants children. He wants people to come into His family and belong to His family, which is the greatest family on earth that we can ever live in or belong to, is the family of God. God knows that because He only desires the best for you and I. And to belong to that family, He has made a sacrifice, allowing His Son to be crucified on a cross, so that that oneness can become possible. Today we are confronted with a lot of ethnic hatred that divides people. People look to one another. I stay in a country where there is so many ethnic divisions because we've got so many cultures here in South Africa. We've got the Xhosas and the Zulus and the Tswanas and the Pedis and the Ndebeles and the Afrikaners, the English people, the Jewish people, Portuguese people, French people, colored people. We've got so many different ethnicities in South Africa. And there's no oneness, no unity. There's no let's work together. There are some pockets of that, but it's not as abundant as it should be. And to get it to a place where we can truly start to look at the value of one another, whether the person you are looking at is of a different race or a different ethnic group than you. The only way in which we're going to get that right is through Jesus Christ. There's no other way. There's no other way in a person who is not born again, who doesn't possess the nature of God in him or her, that will get it right to truly live in unity with another person. We can try all sorts of different things to try to get it right, to live in unity. But true, deep, lasting unity is only possible in Jesus Christ. It's not possible in any other way. Jesus Christ has been crucified, and in His crucifixion, He has died for this ethnic hatred or this division that exists between us. It's wonderful to be one with Christ. It's wonderful to look upon another person that's different than you and see the greatness that God has created in such a person. And through Jesus Christ, this ethnic unity or gender unity or unity between the old and the young is possible. In Him it is possible that we can become one, because His precious body on the cross made it possible for us. The legal code that stood condemning everyone, we were condemned by the law. The law is a reflection of what we should do, but no one could ever, before Jesus came to earth, live up to the requirements of the law, to not break the law, to not sin. Jesus was the only one that did not sin. He, in a complete way, abide by the law. But this law has been repealed by His command of love, and His command that He gave the sacrifice of Jesus Christ so that we can be one. This oneness is something that when we start to pursue it, it will ask a sacrifice of us. It will ask us to walk an extra mile for another person, that it's worth it. I think part of the secret lies in understanding that our struggle is not against flesh and blood. Our struggle is not against people. It's against the powers and the principalities and the authorities and the demon forces in the air, as Paul mentions them. That is where our struggle truly lies. And when we engage with that struggle, praying against disunity as a demonic force or an authority, then we are tackling the right source of this disunity. It's not the person that we fight against. It's not another person, another human. When we go beyond seeing it's not the human, it's the forces behind the human, and we focus our struggle there and our spiritual warfare there, I think we will be very successful in bringing about this unity and removing this ethnic hatred that exists on the planet currently.